Harley Davidson motorcycles, the only motorcycles worthy of being in the octagon.
Sweet. That is right. Welcome back, all our fellow bikeaholics. We really appreciate you tuning in to another loaded episode of the Law Abiding Biker Podcast. This is the official Lab podcast.
We're really doing it now.
Oh, we're doing it now.
Do you need therapy, LD?
Yes, I do.
Well, then this is the only prescribed therapy that you will need. After all, this podcast is for the motorcycling majority. You know, the
99%.
Attaboy. Of course, we cover everything here. So look no further. If you think you can handle it, mount up and come along with us for another wild-ass ride. We hope the show is informational and entertaining. That would be infotaining. Let's do this thing.
Infotaining.
Welcome, folks, back to another episode of the Law Abiding Biker Podcast. This is Ryan Erlacher, host of the Law Abiding Biker Podcast, and your
High-tech redneck.
That is LD in the house.
I'm back.
Welcome. Yep, he's here. And, we got a lot of content ready to go for you for this show. We have somebody new in the studio.
And here to defend himself is... Go with the music.
I'm PopEye the Sailor.
First time in the studio. What do you think of this studio, buddy?
Oh, this is nice. This
Yeah?
is good stuff here. I'm excited to be here.
Did
Made
you
the trip up today just to come and hang out.
When you were at our house for the barbecue, did you ever look in here to see the studio?
I did, yeah.
Okay.
And me and Sarge were up here for a ride too, and you were showing off the studio.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. All right. Well, that is PopEye, and we've talked about him in past podcasts.
Pretty much every single one.
Pretty much. And we're not going to have enough time for you to defend yourself on anything. So, don't worry about that.
Yeah.
Moving along.
Moving along.
Yeah.
Why don't you just obviously PopEye is LEO. Most of our hosts, my co-hosts, are LEOs here in the studio with an unspecified agency. But yeah, he is with right now our Prospective Chapter, which is called the Big River Crew, and he basically is there at a point where he is basically filling somewhat of a semi-president role up there, and probably I'm looking at him if they make full chapter status.
Big F. Mr. President-elect.
Yeah, President-elect. If they make full chapter status, he will likely be their president. So
We're going to have to make it now. I know where you live.
yeah, there you go. And if you guys want to see and learn a little bit about the Big River Crew, you can go to swornfewmc.com/Big River. And there's some information about them. And you can check them out. So, yeah, with that little introduction, are you have allergies?
No allergies.
Because you're a little swollen today.
Yeah, is that right?
Dude, LD told me that one.
Oh, yeah.
Need some antihistamines.
Yeah, we talked about it in a past podcast.
Yeah, it was.
Popeye's kind of big, not tall.
You're not tall either.
But I'm not tall by any means, and I'm not big. Big in the belly. That's about it. Why don't you just tell us a little bit about yourself there, PopEye?
Oh, just had a birthday here not too long ago. Live up north of here, a place called Anarchy. And yeah, we put together a pretty good crew up there. Before that, I guess since you asked about me to tell about myself. Prior military guy.
Not everything. Just
prior military guy.
rated G.
Came in. Yeah, got to keep that on the DL. Huh? But prior military guy, got into law enforcement after college and after military stint. Been doing that for a while now. And me and Rob, me and old LD, we went to the academy together. And that's how I know Rob. And it's been about, about 7 years, I guess, this year, huh?
7 years.
Been doing a little while. Time goes fast.
It's a hard life.
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, you betcha.
And so you rode down from north today to do this pod. We're actually recording 2 episodes today. We've told you guys in the past, we like to crank out 2 episodes. And I'm just getting on our website here real quick, and you can, as I told you guys, I put out on Facebook and Twitter, both facebook.com/lawabidingbiker, same twitter.com/lawabidingbiker. But I put out earlier today that we would be recording in the studio and that we would be online on the Law Abiding Biker website from 7:30 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. There are some people on here, and if you want to chat, I'll start up a chat here in a moment. And if you have any questions, you can certainly interact. You may curb the show. You just may curb the show. The show topic tonight is basically going to be, we've got some voicemails and stuff, but when we get to that, will be Harley Davidson versus metric bikes. We've got some voicemails and some emails and things like that. So stay tuned for that. So what you guys got anything? I'm going to start up a chat here.
No.
Start up the chat. That's important.
Well, I am.
Okay.
What else you got?
I did visit one of your favorite places that has been brought up in prior podcasts today.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, went down to the Brick. I rode from Wenatchee up to the Brick in Roslyn, Washington, and then we had about 95 degrees today. So by the time I got to Roslyn, I was ready for a couple of ice cold beverages. So,
what kind of beverages did you have?
Heffy.
My favorite, you know that.
It is. Yes, it is. Pretty much delicious, though.
Heck yeah.
Especially when it's 95 degrees out and you just had to ride, a few hours and make a little stop at Washington State's oldest bar.
It is.
Yeah.
With the we've talked about it in the past with the water trough thing.
Yeah, right.
Spittoon/urinal.
Yeah,
right.
It's
Early
kind of funny
on,
too. You look at the up on the board there, and all the people's names that have been 86'd from the bar.
Oh, really? I never seen that.
Oh yeah, there's a list up
yeah,
there.
you were real close because you almost pissed in it.
Yep.
True.
Yeah, your name
True
is on the
that,
close list.
Oh, I'm trying to get a chat going here, and I got to log in. I should do this. I had everything ready before the show.
You would think that it would be ready, but
but I'm not that organized. So
No.
Most people have that all prepared.
it's a low tech redneck
oh, dude, that's hardcore, man. All right,
coming
there
from
we
a guy
go.
who I couldn't even put up the Facebook stuff for us. Is trying to put up a banner and whatnot in paint. I was pretty challenged on that.
I knew we had a problem with the Big River crew.
Oh, yeah, Big
when
River,
they first started.
yeah.
Actually, you were just at that time you were just a support crew.
Support crew, yeah.
And I knew we had a huge problem when they couldn't get a simple banner on their closed Facebook page
For a week
Oh,
and a half.
and
yeah.
and we're emailing back and forth, dude. I'm like, dude, but he did it.
Ryan, you don't know this.
Rose
but
to the occasion.
At one point, he gave me their login to try and figure out how to do it for him.
Oh, nice.
Which you couldn't figure out either. And then I had to call Ryan, and Ryan couldn't figure it out for a while.
That's true.
So in
That's
my
true.
defense.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
All
but
right.
we're a bunch of low tech.
Okay,
people
you
up
just threw the almost international P under the bus.
there. That's
Pretty much. That's gonna. That's 2 months extension right there. Oh God, dude. All right, we have got we'll get to an email here that we've got, and we're getting a lot of hits. Don't forget, guys, that if you go to lawabidingbiker.com, you can see the videos. Scrappy 587 is the YouTube channel. Have a lot of videos out there. We've got about 40,000 hits on the maintenance video.
On my bike that I did.
Right.
Yep.
that you haven't washed. I was riding with Rob today.
Shut
since we're
up.
here. We've been back from our trip for what, 3 weeks?
3 weeks.
Yeah, and your bike looks like garbage. So I probably washed my bike 4 or 5 times.
What do you do besides work, Leroy?
I know where you're going with this.
Do you want me to start my list?
Yeah, okay, I know where you're going with this because you're going to tell me all I do is go to the gym. I already know where you're going with this.
And nothing else. Got time to wash this bike. Works 2 days a week.
Yep.
Maybe one,
Right.
If I can just spin one, that's fine.
I'm screwed. I work in the office 5.
I wouldn't really call it work, bro.
Yeah, no.
Well, I'm at the office.
Well, one of these days, yeah, you're going to have to get out of there and actually go do some work again.
Sorry, I saved a few of those sounds just because from our far to flash.
I gotta go find somebody tomorrow. Okay, this is like.
Is that right?
Oh yeah, this is a big deal.
Okay.
Hey, Larry Baxter is on here on chat and on the website, and he is, he's chatting with us here. Larry Baxter says, "What's up, guys?"
What's up, Larry?
Yo.
Shout out to Larry Baxter. Thanks for becoming involved. Of course, the podcast isn't live, but
What's Larry want to hear about?
I don't know yet. I'm chatting with him. Just recording the first
typing typing class over there or what?
Do you know how to type?
Hey, I got a lot to do here, you
Yeah.
jackasses. All you do is sit there and drink your whiskey and talk in the mic.
I don't know anybody is drinking whiskey in here.
And I got to do all this chat and mixer and recording and notes. And so anyway,
He didn't really need to do that sound there. He just did it to justify his position.
Yeah.
basically that's what I do. If I don't like something, I just play a sound. So that works. Yeah. All right.
Your co-hosts are putting the liquor down.
Yeah, I know.
Probably fine.
So this email talking about our videos, and I have 3 videos for sale. Obviously, we're trying to recoup, put a ton of money into this podcast stuff. We haven't even come close. We do appreciate the donations we have received. But if you want to, there are 3 videos, and if you want to learn about them, you can go to lawabidingbiker.com/vlog. V as in Victor, LOG 3. And I do a little vlog about how you can get those. Also, on our last podcast, we talk about it on our previous podcast. And just go to the video tab on lawabidingbiker.com, and there's 3 videos, and the 3 videos are how to take off your stock Harley pipes and put on aftermarket pipes, how to put in a DynoJet Power Commander 5, and the third one is how to remove your stock Harley air intake and replace it with a Harley Davidson Stage 1 air intake. And if you see the other videos, the free ones out there on the YouTube channel or the free ones on the website, they are very thorough and they are step-by-step without skipping any steps. That's why we've got 40,000 hits on the maintenance video alone. So check that out. Anyways, this email comes from...
Well, before that,
go ahead.
Since we're talking about maintenance stuff, the other day I was over, I was with LD and we were with Oscar.
Nope, not interesting.
Chewy was over there too.
Not interesting.
Took the baffles out of my my pipes.
Who did?
We did.
Oscar supervised the operation.
When was this? I didn't hear about this.
He came over for an oil change.
I put that up on our page there. I told you I was riding up. Me and Mike were coming up.
Yes.
Yeah, and we pulled them out.
I didn't know that's what you did.
No, not the day Mike was up, was it?
Yeah, it was the day that Mike was up. We were in Oscar's garage.
That's right. Okay, I'm with you.
Yeah.
I did not know that's what you did.
Well, that's not what we were doing exactly. I mean, we did an oil change as well.
Okay.
Chewy
we
came
also
over
pulled
for a
those
little
up.
bit.
Yeah.
Chewy was there for
And
a
then his
little
kid cut his hand open or something. He had to take off.
Yep.
Yeah.
Big giant mess.
So how were the baffles to cut out?
It was actually easy.
Were they stock?
No, because I've got the Reinhardts in
That's
mine.
right.
And they just pulled right out. We just tapped them a few times, came right out, real easy. It's a lot louder. I read a lot of stuff that on your low end, on the low end torque, you're going to lose a lot of power.
Yes.
I haven't noticed anything.
Yeah. I don't know if you would.
I didn't know that. What's that supposed to mean?
Nothing. Dude, seriously, I meant nothing by that. I
More like I don't know if you would.
No,
like,
I have heard that
you
too.
People.
That
you people. What do you mean, you people?
No, I
Seems
have
fine.
heard that.
It's definitely louder.
Yeah, I heard it coming in tonight.
You probably heard mine.
No,
we didn't hear yours. No.
Yours does not. Yours is like so far from loud. It's pitiful.
That's true.
Mine sounds good though.
Yeah, it sounds. It
I like. You probably heard my stereo. Is what you heard.
it purrs.
That could be true. That could be true. You got 16 speakers on that bike. I got mine cranked up, and I can't hardly hear my own tunes going on because you got yours cranked up.
Yeah,
That's your problem.
pretty sure.
Yes.
That's the song you heard.
Hear that? Who's
Popeye.
singing that? Who was just singing that?
Is this the song you heard, Popeye, when you were?
It was. It's on repeat. It just plays over and over and over. So I mean, yeah, when he pulls up next to you, it's just you know what song is playing.
This is one of the Popeye here is one of the requesters of this song on a regular basis when we're out riding together.
I just like to screw with you. Just
Don't lie. Full BS. That was way before the podcast ever came out.
Oh, it's all right.
Play Simple Man. Oh, Christ. Which one do you want? Which version?
Oh yeah, you got 14 different versions of it on there, don't you?
2. I got the old school one, the new one.
And you sing in the bathroom by yourself. And you got your own version of Simple Man.
Yep, that's version 3.
That's true.
Probably the most popular.
That's very requested.
None are popular to me.
Yeah, you're dumb.
Jeez, that's unacceptable.
That's just stupid.
Get out of the studio. You're done. Anyways, let's get back on track.
Email.
With the email.
Some email you're talking about here.
From Toria. We really appreciate the emails. That's why we keep doing this stuff. Your guys' feedback is super important, and that's why I talked about the videos, because this is what this email stems from. Name is Toria, and I apologize if I screw up the last name, Sakumoto. He left a message. He says, "Hi, Ryan. I just bought an 07 Deuce and need to learn basic maintenance correctly to save money and also ensure it's done right. The YouTube video was really educational." And obviously he's talking about our maintenance video. "Do you guys sell a DVD with the maintenance videos? I would be interested to buy. By the way, I'm originally from Seattle area."
Seattle, what's up?
What up, what up, what up, what up? Yeah, thanks. Dude.
Seahawks.
Seahawks.
I'm originally
Beast mode.
from the Seattle area, though been in SoCal, Southern California, since 05. Thanks, Toria. And thank you, Toria Sakamoto, for the email and the feedback. We are really glad you are enjoying the video. We are not selling them. I emailed you back, but I want to let everybody know, because the question's out there, that we are not selling the videos via DVD. But like I say, you can go to the lawabidingbiker.com /videos, or hit the videos tab, and you can, for a $20 donation or more, you can get those 3 videos that I mentioned earlier. The pipes, the Power Commander, and the Stage 1. $20 or more and donation, and I will send those to you. Just make sure you put in there that you want the 3 videos. And speaking of videos, I just recorded 3 more yesterday that I've got to edit.
Yesterday?
What do they cover?
They cover, basically, one's an overview of the 2014 Harley Davidson Street Glide Special.
Where'd you get one of those? Where'd you get one of those to
Well,
demo?
I happened to
Stumble upon one?
Yeah, they
Pretty much giving them away now, aren't they?
pretty much, yeah.
I thought too.
You got to talk about your new bike here.
I am on another podcast because we're already.
We're going to talk about we're going to talk about what happened to your old bike.
We
on
are.
the next podcast.
We're gonna, dude. I've got show notes for like 20,000 podcasts, but if we don't stay on track, we will. We are definitely going to talk.
I noticed that one keeps getting pushed back though. I don't know why.
yeah.
Are we off track right now?
No, that's the great thing about this podcast is we have notes and we always get off track, and that's why they end up going.
We got a couple new bikes that just showed up around here,
Yes,
didn't we?
we do. So I am going to do, obviously, on my bike, and I'm actually making the notes for that podcast. It's something that we want to talk about. And also, I did get a new bike, and we're going to talk about that, but I have to coincide with the videos that I'm putting out. So, anyways, the question was, what are the videos I made? And that was the overview of the 2014 Street Glide Special. I'll be putting that out on YouTube free. Goes over it really well. And then I did a docking hardware, 4-point docking hardware video, how to install that on your bike so you can put a detachable sissy bar and luggage rack. And then the one that that I did really thorough that I need to edit is a complete tutorial on the new Boom Box infotainment system, the 6.5-inch screen.
Infotainment
that comes on the Street Glide Special. The regular Street Glide comes with the 4.3 screen, and it's got soft buttons. It's not a touch screen, but they basically operate the same way.
Operational tainment.
LB over there, thank you, appreciate it. But yeah, and I did a really detailed video on how to work that thing. The dealers, I was telling you guys at dinner tonight, the dealership, the guys down there don't even know how to operate that system. So as soon as I get that video made, I'm going to...
pretty much teaching them how to do it. Huh?
I did. I showed a bunch of guys
Put
how
them
to
on
do
notice.
stuff.
Are they going to buy the video?
Put them on triple notice.
Triple notice.
Are the salesmen going to buy the video?
I'm going to... Don down there told me to send him the information. It'll likely cost $10, but it's a very thorough tutorial video on how to utilize the entire system, how to upload ride planning maps, how to download them, how to upload your system with new versions of software, and then how to work every function on it.
I'm still trying to figure out how to do all this stuff on my bike.
Yeah.
You're a little slow.
Yeah.
So anyway,
And that's not my 2002 because that one doesn't really have a whole lot to operate.
Yeah.
so if I put a plan together, a ride plan on Harley Ride Planner, how do you get it to your bike? Do you run a cable from your...
Nope. You download it on a thumb drive, a portable USB memory stick, and then you plug it into the USB on your bike, and you upload it right into your system.
Okay, so from now on, I won't be the only GPS.
Nope. You'll have a backup GPS. I still like you to do the ride planning because you are ride planner extraordinaire.
Extraordinary. Hear that, Popeye?
This is way above my capabilities.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now.
You just stay in the back, ride slow like you do.
Yeah. In
follow
the back,
along.
Uh-huh. Yeah. That's how it went.
So straight up, we want to thank you very much to Toria Sakamoto for the email. Thank you. And yeah, what else?
Toria
Oh,
Sakamoto.
dude. Yep.
Go
ahead.
Say that first name again.
Toria.
Toria?
Toria.
Yeah.
Toria needs to get a hold of us because we need to know where Toria's from, and we're heading to California next year. Ride Planner Extraordinaire needs to know this kind of stuff. Maybe we can meet up. They can meet the podcasters, huh?
Yep.
Be kind of a big deal.
If you want to do that,
Big deal.
rob@swornfewmc.com.
Correct.
If you want to send him, what?
That's
Yeah,
correct.
That is correct. I know because I made it.
True. Yeah.
Yeah, and you still have not helped me put it on my new phone.
That's because you always want to
Yeah,
do
that's
something
supposed
else.
to happen.
You want to
Get
drink
that
beer
with
and
that.
smoke cigars, and you're too busy. You're too busy in life with other
He's
stuff.
too busy to even wash his bike.
Guys, what's this mean right here to you?
Riding through this world.
That means
buddy.
another season.
Just starting up, too.
Season 6.
Actually,
guys.
just finished, and we were in here the whole time.
Yeah, I recorded it. I DVR'd it.
Yeah, so did I. I'll be watching that before I go to bed. I don't care what time I get home.
So yeah, season 6 of Sons of Anarchy is firing up. So we're going to be talking about that a little bit, and let's just talk about that right now. In fact, so obviously I was doing a little research. Season 6, dude. Here's my deal. You guys,
Getting in their ways.
You watch Sons of Anarchy?
I do. Yeah.
Okay.
I
In
like
fact,
Sons
for
of
the
Anarchy.
for the first couple episodes, I got a buddy. You guys hear me talk about my buddy once in a while that used to ride 1% and has changed his lifestyle completely. But he talks about Sons of Anarchy and says actually the first few seasons, he says they did a really good job of depicting the way that life goes down. Says they really, he says they did a really good job. He says now it's starting to get a little bit further out there.
Yeah, I think it's kind of getting off base. I prefer Devil's Ride. I think it's more accurate.
Oh, jeez, dude.
I knew you'd like that one.
Good God. Yeah.
But yeah, great show. They do a good job with it. Entertaining. It's all fictional, so
It is great entertainment. What's Larry saying over there?
Larry Baxter asked on chat, how is the weather in Washington? Sunny and
sunny and
hot.
about 95 today.
And I'm saying, where are you at?
Yeah, we need to know that. We need to know where Larry's at.
So, yeah, that's something I want to get into as far as Sons of Anarchy. That is the one, I talked about, in past episodes, the Devil's Ride, and you just brought it up, of course, in an enlightening way. Devil's Ride and Warlock's Rising.
Idiots.
Yeah, they are.
Trying to make money. That's it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely dumb shows.
Well, it did. Even if that, I've heard in past podcasts, you're talking about they were a legit club at one point.
Right.
Possibly. And all they did was destroy their club. I mean, it just made it look like garbage.
And Sons of Anarchy was never a legit club, and they're actually better. Well, it's entertainment value, but they're actually a good, entertaining show. And you get on Facebook, talk to your friends. Everybody watches Sons of Anarchy.
Now, did you see the deal where there was the producer of Sons of Anarchy had made the comment that something about
Kurt Sutter.
my
make-believe club could beat up your real club.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
It's probably true,
Yeah,
dude.
Probably true.
It's not a joke either because I did some research on it, but yeah, and that's why I obviously watched Devil's Ride and Warlock's Rising just for the podcast because I wanted to know about it. And we ended up not talking about it and basically saying it was a stupid show because it wasn't even worth talking about both of them. But I do like Sons of Anarchy because it is completely fictional, and it should just stay fictional because they're never going to get video of or do an actual video of a real 1%er club.
No,
It's just not going to happen.
Anybody who's into that is not going to let you film them.
No. So I like Sons of Anarchy. Basically, I like to refer to it as the Sopranos on bikes. So
Nice.
I don't know, dude, if this is going to be their last season or not.
No, I think they signed like a 2 or 3 year.
Yeah,
Are you sure?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah, pretty sure. pretty sure.
Probably pretty sure.
Probably pretty sure. Yeah.
That's awesome. I didn't hear that.
No, I think they did several years.
Yeah, I think it was a 2 or 3 year.
Oh,
at
dude.
least. I was thinking 5, but maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I was worried.
You got the computer? Look it up.
Yeah.
Well, I'm chatting. I got other stuff. You look it
you'll
up. Don't you got an
probably
iPhone?
be fine. Oh,
You got more excuses.
You can't do anything over there, but just sit. At least look.
Last time I pulled up my iPhone, episode 18 or whatever
17.
it was. Yeah,
Got
whatever
yelled at.
you got yelled at. Yeah.
and I get put on notice.
And I was looking at something legitimate.
That's because I asked you. That was funny. I said, "Did you hear what I just said?" And you just stared at
Dude,
me.
he
dude.
cannot do two things
No, he
at
can't.
once. No. If he, as soon as he's starting to type right now on his phone, he's not
checking
hearing
out.
anything.
I can do two
checking out.
things at once.
No,
I
you
can't
can't.
carry on the conversation.
Yeah, exactly.
And do two
right.
things at once.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
You can't hear and type apparently at the same time.
Yes, I can hear and type the same
Yeah, you
time.
quit typing just in order to
I
talk
was
to me.
sending
on
the
that.
text I just got.
Oh, yeah, right.
So Larry Baxter, I forgot. That's my fault, and I apologize, Larry. Yeah, it's one of the voicemails I have. We're recording 2 episodes tonight. We're recording episode 19, and then we'll record 20 after this.
Is he the Alaska?
Oh, no.
Is Larry Alaska?
Yeah, he's our Alaska guy.
Oh, I like Larry.
Yeah, we're doing it in. So
Let's find out if Larry has a boat.
Wait, we're on 19.
Larry,
We're on-
Yeah, if Larry has a boat, we're going to go up there in about August when the fish are running. We're
Larry,
gonna
we
do
need
some
a couple.
fishing.
We need some information. Larry, here's the deal.
Halibut. We got halibut fishing.
Next year, as you know from the podcast, we're going to be riding to California. 2015, 75th anniversary of Sturgis. Sworn few will be there. We may or may not be wearing our cuts in town just because of the type of event and everything, but we may pre-set up a place if people want to meet us so we can meet some of the listeners. 2016, old Popeye and I here have been talking about it for a couple years. We really want to ride to Alaska, either ride up and ferry back or ferry up, ride back, ride both ways, whatever. But
Be a great time.
It would.
We talked about doing it this year. Last year, me and LD rode up to Calgary, rode up to the rodeo up there, and we talked about riding to Alaska. At
and
that
that was
time.
before, and that was about 3 or 4 weeks before the club got started. So then
Right.
we changed it to ride with the club this
Yep.
year. But we really want to do an Alaska trip.
That was a good ride up to Calgary. Had a lot of fun.
It was.
I'm just chatting with Larry here. Yeah, cool. So Larry did leave us a message, and I was just chatting with him. That's cool that he's on here. Yeah, Sons of Anarchy. We will. Let's see. I got my notes here. Come on. So yeah, season 6. I was doing a little bit of research and pretty funny stuff. Charlie Hunnam is his name. That's Jax Teller.
Okay.
Jackson Teller his real name is Charlie Hunnam. I looked up some YouTube videos I don't know if we're going to play them. It depends if we have time. But the funny thing is, it was on. He got interviewed by Conan O'Brien back in July of this year, and there's a couple YouTube videos of those clips. And I crap you not, the guy, for whatever you want to believe, dude, he is a true biker, dude.
Oh, yeah.
He is. He rode his motorcycle to the. You can see it in the YouTube videos, but he rode his motorcycle to the studio to do the interview. He didn't ride it in for show off, dude. He just rode his motorcycle
Nice.
to that studio. Rides all the time.
I rode my motorcycle to the studio tonight.
I did too. Yeah.
Well, there you go. You're
Just want to put that out there.
just like Sons
Now,
of Anarchy,
I'm
buddy.
a little concerned, though, about him. I heard a girl that I'm friends with on Facebook had said something about he is doing that
Great.
50 Shades of Grey.
Yep.
He's the actor for that.
Oh yeah, my woman's talking all about that.
Oh.
She's all excited, can't see straight. Big
Popeye's
giant mess.
Popeye, you got to talk in your mic.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that just,
50
knocked him
Shades
down.
of Grey.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
Some-
Don't let your
chick
wife
novel,
read it.
yeah.
She's going to want to do all kinds of dirty stuff to
Yeah.
you. It's a big giant mess.
Yeah, it'd be a giant mess.
I have no idea what it is, but
You
I-
wouldn't be
I
able to
didn't-
keep
yeah.
up. Be a mess.
I didn't either. I had no idea what it was. Maybe some of the listening audience has an idea what it was, but I really didn't have much of an idea what it was either.
A bunch of horned up housewives reading it.
Rob
It's a mess.
reads it in secret. He knows what's going on with it every episode.
but I'll probably I'll embed the YouTube videos if you go to lawabidingbiker.com/19, which is the episode where you can get all the show notes. I'll probably put the videos in there, but he talks about wearing tennis shoes, and some guy gave him, crap about wearing tennis shoes, but rides all over. Talks about a couple times people tried to burglar. He lives in Hollywood, and he's been burglarized twice, and he chased the burglars off, dude. Once with a machete, and once with a bat, dude.
Nice.
It's actually funny.
He's living the bike, man. He's living the biker world.
Yeah, well, I don't know, but I think he probably rides. He was talking about weekend bikers, and they, you just have to see
I had
the
a guy
YouTube
come walking
videos.
up my driveway here the other week.
Really?
Yeah, early.
Is he alive?
Early, he is. I put him on notice. I mean, this was like stage 12 notice. Pretty sure he won't be back.
Larry Baxter just chatted back and says, awesome, our riding season is just about over up there in Alaska. He's from Homer, Alaska. We've had almost an inch. He's an LEO up there. We've had almost an inch of rain in the last few days.
Not a mess.
In about a month, that will be snow. FYI, I remember you saying you like The Deadliest Catch. I live in the same town with the Hillstrands. Wow, that's cool.
Oh, yeah, that's a good group of guys right there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's listen to
I can
his,
attest that I wouldn't want to really live in Southeast Alaska and try to ride a whole lot. I've worked up there. I've worked in Alaska quite a bit, and what a mess for trying to ride bikes because the weather is so different from day to day up there. I mean, it'll be a mess one day and sunny the next. It's just crazy.
While we're talking about Larry, I want to hear his voicemail.
You want to?
The listening audience wants to hear the voicemail from Larry.
Okay, dude, we're completely changing this show now.
Oh, it'll probably be
Why?
fine. This is what it's all about. Is being
I thought
able to curb the
that
show,
was on
isn't
this
it?
show notes.
Yeah, I thought that's
Larry curbed the show, just like you
Larry?
said.
You're right. You're
Dang
right.
it, Larry! You curbed the show.
No, I'm glad. Actually, Larry was going to be. We were going to do his on episode 20, but that's okay.
Larry has curbed the show. Larry, congratulations.
Here
Larry,
we go.
you're on notice, Larry.
Let me pull up.
You can't put the listeners on notice.
Yeah, you cannot put the listeners on notice. They don't even know what that means. We don't know what it means.
It's real bad.
Yeah, probably don't want to be there.
All right.
Popeye is not invited back. Larry's nervous.
Yeah.
This
Probably
is
fine.
the message from Larry since he's on chat right now. Here we go.
Hey, what's up, guys? This is Larry. I'm talking to you from Homer, Alaska. That's right, Alaska. I love the podcast. Love what you guys are doing. I think it's awesome. Enjoying it. Learned a lot so far. Just wanted to touch base with you guys on my predicament up here. I'm a Leo in a small town. I'm the only one that rides for a couple of 100 miles as far as I know. I don't think there's any other Leos that ride bikes. Would love to be part of a Leo MC or, at least have the option. But I'm it. I'm a lone wolf. So thought maybe you might put the word out on the podcast, maybe see if there's any guys, any Leos in Alaska that are maybe interested in forming an MC or, at least just getting together and riding every once in a while. This is the biggest state in the Union. It's vast distances between some of the cities. So we don't get a long riding season here either. It's only a few months. In fact, it's just about over for us, just here in about another 15, 20 days or so. But anyway, giving me a little shout out up here in Alaska. I'll keep listening, and feel free to contact me. Thanks.
Well, I can attest to that short riding season because I've been in Alaska when it snows 6 inches, probably around, right now. I mean, we're here, we are the, 10th, 11th of September. And
You know what you're talking about.
yeah, I've had it snow 6 inches on me out in hunting camp before.
Yeah, whatever. I'm
Giant
worried.
mess.
Larry Baxter, thank you very much for the voicemail. And he's actually on here, like I say, which is, he did curb the show because we're going to save that till the next episode. So that.
Come on, Alaska. Hook Larry up. We need some riders up there.
Larry says further on chat here, he says, FYI, I got some flack from one of my coworkers for friending the sworn few on Facebook. He wanted to know why a bunch of cops were acting like an OMG. Oh,
Bunch
jeez.
of cops are acting like motorcycle riders.
That is too bad.
Obviously, they don't
They
understand
are
what the club is about.
Uneducated.
I'm curious to know what we're doing to act like an OMG.
Yeah, it's so stupid, dude. We've talked about that. We've been over that. I don't remember what episode, but we went over. Matt Lurch was in here. Were you in here on that one?
No, cousin.
No, Cuz was in here, and we went over very thoroughly.
15 or 16, somewhere. around.
Yeah, I'll have to look back. I'll find that before the end of the show.
Really
And,
sucks to ride with a bunch of people who are responsible.
Yeah, it does.
Right.
You know,
It sucks.
We do wear a 3-piece patch, and that is a motorcycle thing, not necessarily an outlaw motorcycle thing.
Yeah,
and I think that gets confused in the law enforcement world. We have a LE cube on the back. We're signified as law enforcement. We make no bones about it. We'll tell you if you ask us. You can look up our webpage. It's the first thing on there.
You know, a note on that, when we were on the ride, or P, is that I talked to you about the club stuff.
Right.
And saying that I'd been asked to join Combat Veterans International. Probably a great group and stuff.
Right.
But once again, is that they're not all cops. And the one thing about riding with a group of all cops, you're never going to get all the stupid questions. You know, for an LEO club, you just don't have to deal with that. It'd be cool to be in a because I qualify to be a combat vet, and it'd be cool to be in that. But you're still always going to be the cop in that group.
Yep, absolutely. Yep, I agree. And real quick, before we get off topic, that was episode 15, where we get very, very in depth about the ignorance out there. About the ignorance that is out there, and how to handle questions from other clubs and employers. And we talk about, that exact topic. About people, uneducated people, and I put it straight out that you're just ignorant if you believe that, and I'll tell that to anybody's face that says different. Lawabidingbiker.com /
Calling them out.
15 lawabidingbiker.com / 15, and that's episode 15. How to handle questions from other clubs and employers. We discussed that thoroughly.
Tell Larry to direct him to the podcast.
I just told him that is too bad. They are uneducated. We have talked about.
Probably needs to put them on notice.
He needs to direct him to the podcast. They need to listen to what we're about, and then they can make their comments.
Right.
I'll say
They can call in and leave a message. I'm not standing for this.
Larry says further, yep, he's the only one, though. He's just generally a negative person. He's the only one.
Was this an administrator, or
No,
was this just
a guy?
All right.
So everybody else.
Yeah, we got guys like that at our department. I mean, there's always that guy.
Yep.
There's always that one guy.
The ignorant guy.
Hey, guy,
So-
you don't do any work anyway, guy. So why don't you settle down?
All right.
I know the type.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we got a few of those ourselves. So we are going to, Larry wanted me to put out, because he is looking for a riding group or starting a club up there. Or at this point, he just wants people to ride with. So he told me that I could put out his email address. And if you're listening to this, and it'll also be in the show notes, you can email him directly if you're up in that area and you want to get together. And his email address is Beans, Beans, Baxter, Baxter 78 @gmail.com. So Beans, Baxter 78 @gmail.com. And so that will be in the show notes.
I'd like to know if he knows how to halibut fish up there in Alaska for 2017.
We still 16, and we still have not got that answered. Please message that to him.
I told him have them listen to episode 15, and he says he does listen to some other podcasts, not bike related. He's pretty negative motorcycle anyways. When I asked him if he was getting one, he said he liked living.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, motorcycle,
Never
highly
mind.
dangerous.
Yeah,
highly dangerous.
Especially, you should always wear your helmet on
Always.
the wide
Yep.
open
Always.
freeway.
In the hallways, wide open freeways, helmets all the time.
Yeah, they're
Covered in
high.
episode
Oh, boy.
17.
Yep.
Please wear your helmet.
So, yeah.
In fact, on that note today, I was when I came back, this is going to take us way off topic. When I was coming back the other
Then
day.
stop now.
No. When I was coming back from Lewiston the other day on our ride, I got back to my house and my ears were just ringing. I was trying to figure out what in the world is going on here, because every day that we rode, I never had a problem. I get back to my house, ears are ringing. So today, same thing. I'm just hearing a lot of noise. Wearing the dang helmet. The straps on my helmet whipping the wind through my ears, making them ring.
Well, that's okay. We rode without a helmet for so long. When I came to do the podcast last week,
You're telling me
I
this.
got a half a mile down the road. I passed a bike. I wave at him. He waves back, and he gives me this blank stare. And I'm thinking, what the hell's wrong with my bike? Shoot, I don't have my helmet on.
Nice.
I turn around and go back home and get my helmet.
Pretty sure I'm going to have to put a suit in with the state of Washington for hearing loss, because they're making me wear my helmet.
That I support that 100%.
I appreciate that,
That's
LD.
a great idea.
I appreciate that.
All right.
Back on track.
No, that's all right. That's not a problem. I was chatting here. It's not a big deal.
He's used to it.
Yeah, I'm totally used to it after working with you guys here. So we do have our main topic today. I want to get to it. It's not going to be really. It could be a big topic for some people, but it's not a big topic for me. we're going to give our opinions about what it is, and it's Harley Davidson versus metric bikes. And I have 4 voicemails from a gentleman named Matt Pass, and thank you, Matt Pass, who has been extremely involved with the law-abiding biker community and lawabidingbiker.com. He had to leave 4 voicemails because the SpeakPipe plan I have, which is if you go to lawabidingbiker.com/contact, you can leave a voicemail on SpeakPipe, and I only have pay for the 2-minute message voice plan right now. I'll up it if I start getting a ton. So he had to leave them within 2 2-minute messages and intervals. So
America!
Yeah, just straight out of the blue, dude. So we're gonna play those voicemails, and again, just bear with us. They're in 4 different segments, but we'll get through all the voicemails, and he has some interesting information, and then we'll talk about it a little bit. So let's go ahead and listen to those voicemails.
Hey Ryan and guys, Matt Pass. I have an idea for your guys, some maybe a series for some podcasts for you guys, and this is very interesting, a hot topic with a lot of different bikers out there, especially in the new age. Now, to give you some insight, I'm 30 years old. Old enough to appreciate one side of the view and young enough to appreciate the other side. Like I said, this could be a hot topic. It's a huge topic out there in the industry today, but no one can seem to really get a solid grasp on it. Even a hot topic for myself as well. And this is the going on back and forth between metric and Harley. I think it would be fantastic if you guys would touch base on this, and this is the reason why. And this might take me a couple of voicemails to send you to go over all the different opinions and facts that are out there. I'll even email you some links, different forums of people going back and forth. For instance, and this is kind of hot button with me as well, because I am a bikeaholic, period. I've had Harleys, I've had custom Harleys, my dad had Harleys growing up. We've also owned Yamaha Roadstars, things like that, and I got to tell you that I am a huge, super, super big fan of roadies, Yamaha Roadstar motorcycles, period. Coming stock with a 1700cc motor, stock, it's killer, especially for the price. Comes all chromed out, braided cables, the whole 9 yards. So, like I said, I'm a bikeaholic in general. It would be fantastic to hear you guys do some topics on comparison of the reasons why some people go with Harley and some people go with metric, and that's going to open a whole can of worms. And I'll go ahead and send you another voicemail right now, because 2 minutes is kind of short to kind of touch on some of the ideas I have. Hey guys, the second voicemail from the other one there. So anyways, the difference between Harley cruisers and metric cruisers. Like I said, I'm a bikeaholic. I'm a fan of both. This comes to play because, like I said, I can't go in an HD shop or another shop without hearing this conversation come up 100 times, seeing forums about it 100 times. And the reason this is recently a hot button is I was at my gym, parked my bike in the front of the gym like I always do, and this one happens to be a decked out Roadstar Silverado Midnight Edition, 1700cc board out. I love it. It didn't cost a lot of money, and I enjoy riding the heck out of it. Of course, I parked next to the other guys who kind of drive up their Harleys. A guy's bike, I was leaving the gym, make a long story short, guy's bike wouldn't start. We got to talking. He was asking what kind of bike I had, and I told him it was a Yamaha Roadstar, and that I love it, and that it bored out and everything else like that. He was riding a Heritage, and he said, well, don't you have a problem wearing that Under Armour sweatshirt with the American flag on it, riding a Japanese motorcycle? Of course, I kind of just went back and forth with him just a little bit, kind of laughing about it, and he was dead serious. He couldn't comprehend how I could wear my American flag on my Japanese motorcycle. Asked him what he did for a living. He's a software engineer. He's never served in the U.S. military. As you guys know, I am a military police corps veteran. It really bothered me. He kind of went on and on. What set it in motion, and what was really funny to me, and of course I was very respectful, and this guy and I shook hands, his wife came to pick him up in a Honda Civic. A Honda Civic. So this is just one of those examples, and you read on forums all the time. I've got brothers from the Army that ride metric cruisers and Harley Davidsons. Like I said, I've owned Harleys, and I've looked up statistics, and I'll go ahead and leave another voicemail to go on about it, but it just goes to show that a lot of Harley owners own tons and tons of foreign cars. I will go ahead and email you some links on the statistics of that as well. All right, guys, hopefully this is the last voicemail. It's the third one to get the story across. Okay, so anyways, the guy's wife comes to pick him up in a Honda Civic. I simply looked at him and said, okay, guy, this conversation's over. Here's the thing. Like I said, I have battle buddies in the Army that drive metric bikes. We've had cruisers, HD cruisers, and personally, in my opinion, a lot of my buddies have just a big of right to wear an American flag riding a metric cruiser. They've fought for the rights to have those freedoms and everything else. Like I said, we are Harley fans. You can't be a bikeaholic and not be a Harley fan. So if you guys can kind of make some series out of the metric cruiser bikes and the HD bikes and the difference of opinion. Here's the things that I know from a club standpoint. I can understand why Harley is wanted. One of the biggest reasons, and this is the one I agree with, we're having an HD only club. Simply due to the fact is if you're on the road and then there's problems, there's either A, going to be a Harley dealer next to you, or B, the local bike shop, the closest bike shop, most likely have parts and tools to work on your Harley rather than the metric cruiser. However, metric cruisers have now been proven to go longer and stronger than the HDs. It's a simple fact. So these are the topics and things that people like to fight over and like to kind of get in a verbal judo competition on. And it's very interesting. In April 2013, there was a statistic that showed less than 10% of metric cruiser owners, mostly the Roadstar owners, actually Yamaha specifically, needed service less. 1 in 4 Harley owners needed service. And here's the more interesting part. The average Harley rider only rides 1,500 miles per year. Now, I know we're all bikeaholics and we ride longer, and the Yamaha riders put an average of 20 to 30,000 miles on their motorcycles per year. Very, very interesting subjects. Hopefully you guys can touch on them. Thanks. Bye. All right, guys, fourth and final voicemail, just to recap on the subject matter that I had brought up. So, very, very interesting points to bring up. Reliability of metric cruisers opposed to HD cruisers. The average mileage of an HD rider compared to a metric cruiser rider. Statistically speaking, Consumer Reports, how many Harleys have now been sold in the U.S. and compared to their competitors, such as their biggest one, Yamaha Roadstar. Very interesting. In 2010, Harley Davidson sold 49% less motorcycles. In fact, a third of Harley Davidson's sales in motorcycles was overseas. So they sold 49% less, and a third of their sales were sales that they sold off American shores. Very, very interesting. I think it was 171,000 motorcycles were sold in 2012, and Harley made up a quarter of them. Very, very interesting topics to see where this new generation of biker is going, how important it is to ride Harley Davidson opposed to metric, and do we think this is going to have a larger impact on the future of bikers altogether and what type of motorcycles they ride? You guys being an HD only club, I'd be interested to hear your opinions on it and why you choose to be HD only riders. No real big opinion on that. Like I said, it makes sense when you're on long rides, and if something breaks down, most shops will have Harley parts and Harley tools. Makes absolute sense. One interesting statistic to really look into, and I really appreciate you guys looking into, how many Harley owners, and you can find this info on the web, own foreign cars and then beat their chest over owning a Harley Davidson. Like I said, huge Harley fan. My father and I built a custom Harley Davidson. Love Harley Davidson. However, let's really dive into this. Very, very interesting. People who own foreign cages. Thanks and have a great day.
Well, I want to thank Matt Pass again. Thank you so much for being involved in the law-abiding biker community and lawabidingbiker.com. He has left another message too. We'll play that on episode 20. It has a whole nother subject, which is really cool. So yeah, guys, you heard the messages. So let's just do a round table. And LD, you are up.
I'm up.
You're up. Yep. Hit your buzzer first, so you get to go first. Go ahead.
Couple of things. I've owned metric bikes. I started with a 82 Yamaha Maxim 650 till I learned how to ride. I bought a Yamaha tour bike, rode that for a couple years, and then I stepped up and got the...
Is that why you got rid of it?
No.
Oh, that's another story. That's my story.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll talk about that later. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I did wreck that bike, but it did
See,
get
I knew
fixed.
it. I knew it.
It got fixed. And then I stepped up to the Harley. Actually, do you have any divorce music?
We can play this. This is divorce music.
Okay.
Probably why she
so
dumped you.
sad.
Friggin' dumped her ass
I
on the
still-
road in Denver, Colorado.
I still love her so deeply.
I don't know about that. But anyway, So I bought a Harley. I do own an American-made car, American-made boat, 2 American-made boats, and I buy American-made products as much as I can. And I wanted to step up to the Harley just because I like the bike. I like the way it looks. I think the Street Glide on the back end of that bike and that Batwing fairing is probably one of the best-looking bikes out there.
Amen.
And I don't think you can beat a Street Glide. I just don't think you can. I rode a Yamaha Royal Star.
And you rode your metrics. You rode them.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
like
put
you ride your. Yeah,
I put 20,000 miles. My lightest year on my tour bike was 17,000, I think. And I put 20 plus on my bike every year. That's got a 4.2 gallon tank, or somewhere right in there, 4.5 gallon tank. I get about 130, 140 out of a tank. My Harley, I can get almost 300 miles out of that tank. It's a 6 gallon
That's
tank.
what we were getting through
Through
Oregon, Idaho.
Through Yellowstone,
We all were.
We were taking it nice,
Oh, yeah.
easy. We're getting 300 miles a gallon. And I like the Harley. I just do. I think that it's got a lot more options available for it, and I think that it just looks good. I don't mind paying the extra money because it was made in America by American people.
Nice.
is that all you got to say, dude?
That's all I have to say.
Obviously, we next roundtable we'll go to Popeye, but obviously here on the lawabidingbiker.com we support all bikes, metric or American made. We support everybody, and I think that's kind of the feel you're going to get. It is an interesting subject, so we want to hit on it. But there are people that ride with us. They're not club members, but there are people that rode, and in fact, one that rode on our
trip.
On
The
our
entire
trip,
trip?
he rode a Honda on our entire
That
trip.
thing was wound out too. I don't
It
know.
was.
Well,
It was.
I think that was because it was a 5-speed transmission.
right.
True.
Well, yeah, it's the 5-speed. Well, if I was riding my Springer,
Right.
it would have been wound out. That's a 5-speed.
Right.
True that. Yep.
I got 2 bikes. Everybody's got to have 2 bikes in the garage.
Yeah, that's nothing wrong with that, dude. One's got I just want everybody to be very, very clear. This is lawabidingbiker.com. We support everybody, but it is an interesting subject, so we want to just kind of do a roundhouse on it. And obviously, LD, I really have zero experience with metric bikes. I've always just kind of had Harleys. So anyways, LD is kind of an expert in that. He has put them to the test. And the interesting thing you bring up, and I'm not bashing at all, a lot of it is, can be financial, why people choose that. Obviously, Harleys are an expensive product. I think you pay for what you get. But the Batwing fairing is one of the most awesome looking bikes out there. And the funny thing is, now you see the metric bikes, and they're making the exact same Batwing
The
fairing.
Yamaha Venture.
Right. And there's a
Yamaha
reason for
Venture
that.
has it.
There's a reason, because Harley came up with a very awesome idea, and people are trying to capitalize on it. There's nothing wrong with that. And it doesn't mean that metric bikes run bad or anything, but you look at some of these metric bikes and you're like, that's really trying to look like a Harley.
Oh, yeah.
There's a reason for
I'll
that.
tell you
Even
one thing.
trying to sound like them in some
True,
cases.
true.
I'll ride with a metric guy any day of the week, but expect for me to flip you a little crap.
Yeah.
That's all I got to say about it. And it's in good fun. I could care less. I like to ride. I don't care what you ride. Let's ride together and let's go.
Yep. I agree.
You pay for them, but you pay for you pay for the name a little bit, but you pay for what you get.
Certainly.
I just
Go ahead, Popeye.
And what does a Harley do more than any other bike out there?
Hey, I said it's Popeye's turn. No, go ahead. Sorry.
yeah, quiet
I
over
wanted
there.
to just buzz you again.
Peas.
it does. So
it does.
Yeah, that's what they say. No,
Fine, Popeye.
Sorry. Go ahead.
yeah, that's okay, not a problem. I mean, I prefer Harley. I'm 3rd generation Harley. My grandpa, they say, had the first Harley in the Issaquah Valley, and my dad ended up buying a Harley, the 02 that I now have, that resemble, or it came back to the 1940s Harley, the Springer that I also have. But I say I prefer Harley just because it's American made, and there's nothing like being on a Harley. I've ridden other bikes. I was into dirt bikes more with the other bikes. I've always kind of had a Harley, riding those on the street. But so LD obviously has a lot more of the metric bike experience. But there is no experience like being on a Harley. I mean, just you get on a Harley and it's a Harley. I mean, and like I said, American made, and I want to give it a shout out to Matt too. Thanks for your service. Like I said, I was a service guy, so I appreciate your service. Appreciate you serving as well.
like that talk. What else you got, Popeye?
I don't got
He's
nothing.
taking a drink.
Yeah,
Leave him alone.
He's busy. He's thirsty.
Cocktail.
All right. Well, here's my deal. I'm going to answer a couple questions. I have rode a couple metric bikes before. I want to say is it Suzuki that makes the Boulevard?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I rode a Boulevard. Me and my buddy switched bikes once, a couple times actually, back in the day, and it rode okay. I'm certainly not opposed. Like I say, law-abiding bikers for all bikers. I really don't care as long as it has two wheels and a motor and you like to ride.
Just fun to get on. Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
The guy I was riding with today had a Yamaha.
Oh, okay.
In fact, he just bought the thing. He bought it and he rode it to meet me. He literally picked it up from the dealership and rode down on his Yamaha to meet me to ride. Now, granted, like I say, the price is different. I mean, but you're paying for what you get. You're paying for Harley. You're paying for quality. I think he said somewhere around like $11,900 for that bike, and he got them to kick in a windshield, which is usually like $600, some bags, floorboards, and they kicked in a lot of stuff. But the thing is, like I say, once again, yeah, you're paying for what you get.
When you pulled up in front of the bar, the girls came out and. What bike did they go to?
Yeah, they go to the Harley. They drop their panties for the Harley.
Oh, jeez.
D&Ps.
We're not going there. Staying out of it.
That's pretty much what I told the wife.
Hi.
I said, yeah, careful.
High-fiving each other.
And and then especially after I took out the baffles out of the pipes, yeah. Honey, hang on there, honey. The wife put her on notice.
Heck yeah. So that's good. Good info.
The panty dropping's good info.
Yeah. No, I told you we're done.
Yeah.
We're done. Yeah.
Depending on if you want to ride your bike or ride it to the bar and pick up chicks, you need to get a Harley.
Yeah.
So we, like I say, I rode the Boulevard, and it rides nice, and I don't know if they still make that. I don't really keep up on the metric bikes personally, but I do ride with people that have them, and I have no problem with that. Two wheels and a motor. Basically, the thing is, like Matt Pass says, if you're a bikeaholic, you're a bikeaholic. It doesn't matter really what you ride. It's just the matter of riding. I will say, just looking at the different bikes, I'm down at the Harley dealership. They sell more than Harleys, and I've looked at them. Obviously, Harley uses a lot more metal than everybody else. It's actually got metal fenders. Everybody else is fiberglass and all kinds of stuff.
You can feel the weight when you're riding it.
Oh, absolutely.
You can feel it there. But what's amazing about these new bikes is you get on them in the new frame in the Harley, and you probably even see it in yours, probably from the 11 to the 14.
Oh, the 14 is just phenomenal.
I was absolutely amazed at the difference in the frame because, like I said, I got an 02 Heritage Springer.
Yeah.
And then I got the 2012 Street Glide here.
That's a lot of changes.
It's a lot of change in 10 years. And holy moly, I mean, you're talking some serious change in Harley right there.
Absolutely. I will wrap this up by basically saying, like I say, have no problem with them. They are made different, and I am not an expert by any means, and it would be nice to have a correspondent who is really into metric bikes and knows a lot about them currently. I could certainly, if you want to hook up with me, email me. Just get on lawabidingbikers.com/contact and send me an email, and we can Skype, and I'll record an interview with you if you want to talk about a new metric bike out there that's really awesome, and you know a lot about it. You know about how much torque it has and cc's and horsepower and what that bike is all about. I would love to have a metric bike correspondent, and obviously that would be an awesome thing to have on the podcast, and we could do routine Skype recorded interviews for podcasts. I really do want to touch, because I know a lot of law-abiding bikers do ride metric bikes, and they are listening to the podcast. I've had some feedback, so I certainly want to cater to them a little bit. But honestly, I'm not the guy to do that so much, because I don't know much about them. I can talk Harleys all day, but I don't know about the metric bikes. But we support all, and just get out there and ride.
As long as you're on two wheels.
As long as you're on two wheels. And Matt sent me a lot of links to different discussions, and I looked at them. I looked at the discussions. I'm not going to get into those arguments. I ride what I ride because that's what I choose to ride. It's a free country, and everybody should ride what they want to ride. I would be interested if everybody on this episode would go to lawabidingbiker.com/19. That's episode 19 on the webpage. You can actually make comments, and let's get a little conversation after this episode airs. Let's get a conversation going back and forth. Keep it clean, keep it real.
For sure somebody's going to get upset there.
Well, they might, and that's okay because
That's fine.
I moderate all the comments, and if it's before they get posted, if I don't like it, I'll delete it. Funny thing is,
On notice.
we put out the lawabidingbiker.com/maintenance video, which has had over 40,000 hits. And as LD knows, it has a ton of comments. And there has been...
I looked those up during the last episode.
It has nothing... And you don't see all the comments because I don't let... I delete some and I block users. And here's what I'm getting at. Is it wasn't about... That video is strictly how to do maintenance on a Harley Davidson. Because that's what we had. But some people have tried to turn it into... When they're making comments on that video... they're turning it into, oh, you should have bought a Yamaha, or you should have bought this because it's easier to do an oil change, and your oil's too expensive, and and these guys going back and forth. And if you do that, I'll just tell you right now, I block you and I delete your comment, and you'll never be able to make another comment again because
You're going to be put on notice.
And that is putting
Double
you
notice.
straight on notice. I'll tell you that right now. So I don't want. I didn't want to go there with it. It wasn't about that. And guys are always trying to.
Didn't want to put you on notice.
I didn't want to. It just happens.
Yep.
And that's real bad.
So I'm not going to get in those arguments and those kind of conversations, and that's why you'll see on that YouTube video all the comments. There's no bad comments going back and forth between Harley and Metric or American made and Metric, because that's what people were trying to turn it into. And then you've got your Victory people, and I love the Victory, but there were some Victory guys on there trying to say Harley sucks and Victory's better, and I deleted them and blocked them. It's just that it's ridiculous.
Ride what you want to ride. Put the miles on it.
That's what I'm talking about.
Right.
Afford what you can afford. I'll tell you.
Well, we can't afford what we're riding.
No,
I mean,
of course not. It doesn't matter. It's
I
the
sure
American
as hell
dream.
can.
Credit's the American dream.
We're riding it, though.
Yeah, that's right. Right,
Thank
like
God
I
for the
stole
bank.
it.
That's right.
You got to outrun the guy trying to repo it. You're fine.
That's right.
Yeah,
if
no doubt.
if I crash mine, it'll be worth more from the bank than,
Right.
Yeah, you get
than
gap
what's owed.
insurance,
That's
dude.
right, Yeah. Yeah, we're good.
The
Probably gonna be fine.
and the last thing I want to, we're at an hour 2, so I want to wrap it up. The last question I want to address is why the Sworn Few MC. Why we went with only American made Harley Davidson or other American made V twin motorcycles. It is a very good question, and we actually sat around a table when we were starting the club, and it didn't take us long, maybe about a minute, to decide that we were going to go all American made Harley Davidson or American made, and there's a reason for that. We're a law enforcement club. We have extremely strict standards on how we present ourselves and how we look, all the way down to our cuts. Our cuts have very strict bylaws. You can't put pins. You can't put no bling, no paraphernalia on your vest. You have to have your patches, an exact. It's very militaristic, very law enforcement. What do I want to say? It's very kind of law enforcement, military standards.
America.
Yes. And it has to be so far above your pocket in inches. You can't put patches wherever you want. You have to. So when we stand in a picture or you see us out and about, we all look exactly the same. Our cuts are exactly the same. We issue a cut that is a particular brand, and you will wear that cut. We issue it. And so when it came to motorcycles, we didn't want, when we ride into an event, we wanted all the motorcycles looking very similar. We didn't want a mix of bikes. And when you get a Harley, everybody knows it's Harley. And I just think for our club, it worked. I'm not saying that works for every club. There are a lot of clubs out there that do both Metric and Harley. Go ahead. LD has something to say.
Our bylaws state an American-made cruiser style.
Well, that's what I said. American
So if you have a
made
Victory,
V-twin.
you can ride with us.
Right.
Pretty sure I said that.
Yeah, but you just said
you were
it.
just
You just said a Harley riding into an event.
No.
Everybody knows a Harley, but
No, I said American made. American made.
Pretty much
V-twin.
sounds-
When you listen back to this podcast,
Yeah. When you come in on a Harley, you pretty much go, that's America right there.
yeah.
that's America.
That's America.
But people just start making apple pies and stuff.
They do.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
So we
Barbecue start lighting up.
Oh yeah.
we decided to go strictly with
Fireworks,
like I
4th
say,
of July.
the American-made V-twin or Harley Davidson, and that's when we go into events. We, like I say, it was strictly for standardization. It wasn't to get anybody out or anybody we didn't want or anything like that. So that is the way the Sworn Few MC works, and that is why. That's basically the only reason we decided. So. Me personally, as long as I can afford it, I'll always ride a Harley. I just like the way they ride, especially I just got which we're going to do another podcast on. I did a review video, overview, a whole bunch of stuff like I told you on the 2014 Street Glide Special. And that bike handles like a freaking dream. Unbelievable. So anyways, I hope we didn't avoid that topic. We're not trying to avoid it. It's just I haven't really done a lot of research on it,
and we don't care.
Yeah, ride what you want to ride. Ride what you want to ride. I mean, hey, if it goes down the road, it feels good, ride it.
You can ride with us. You just won't be a member of the club. That's fine.
Right? Yeah. You won't be a member of this club. There are a lot of law-abiding biker clubs out there that accept both metric. That's just how our club did it, and there are some clubs like that. So shop around. But anyways, with that, we do want to thank Matt Pass. Thank you so much for giving your input. Again, I hope we didn't avoid the question. We're not. It's just I don't really get into that going back and forth on it. Each to their own.
Thanks, Matt.
And respect all, and you will get respect out there on the road.
Thanks for serving, Matt.
Absolutely. You guys got anything else?
We don't. We're out.
Yep. We are going to head out.
Trout.
Thanks for tuning in. We really appreciate it. Make sure you check out all the episodes. Of course, coming up, we're going to record episode 20, which will be an awesome one. It has some good questions about 3-piece patches.
Pretty sure.
And
we're off like prom dress.
Starting a club and 1%er stuff. But yeah, make sure and check us out. You can get us on iTunes, Zune, BlackBerry, Stitcher Radio, or
Stitcher Radio.
That's right. Or listen right from
Harley Davidson motorcycles, the only motorcycles worthy being in the octagon.
We need Eye of the Tiger for that, dude.
We are UFC fans.
By the way, that was I didn't mention, but that was at the beginning where we were playing Eye of the Tiger, and the octagon thing, that was straight live from Popeye. And so I'm going to save that sound clip, actually.
Popeye the Sailor Man.
Attaboy.
He's been working on that.
Oh, yeah.
All right, guys. Thanks so much.
Go find some spinach.
Yeah. Make sure you please go to iTunes and rate us. You can go to lawabidingbiker.com. Over to the right-hand side, there's an iTunes link directly to iTunes. It would really help us if we could just take 2 minutes and give us a rating. Really appreciate it. Anyways, we are out of here. Keep the shiny side up.
And the rubber side down.
Or keep the rubber side down.
The shiny side up.
Oh, man, you guys are sharp.
Oh, we're on it, baby.
We're on it.
We're on it.